This is Kaitlyn, Cale, and Garrett, and we're here to teach you how to graph circles today.
So, for example 1, we are going to use the equation x squared plus y squared equals 16. So, normally, in order to find the center point, you take what is added or subtracted from x squared or y squared, and in this case, since nothing is added or subtracted, the center point would be 0 and 0. Now, for the radius, you must take the right side of the equals bar, which is 16 in this case, and find the square root of it, which is 4. So from the center point 0, 0, your circle extends 4 out in all directions. And in this case, we used 2 boxes equals 1 hole. So 1 box would be equal to a half number. And so once you find the center points and your 4 radial points, you draw the line and connect them.
Okay, for example 2, our equation is, in parentheses, x minus 4, end parenthesis, squared, plus y squared is equal to 25. So to find the center point, you must take what is either added or subtracted from the equation for either x squared or y squared. So in this case, it would be, the center point would be 4, 0. To find the radius, you must take what is to the right of the equals sign, which is 25, and find the square root. So in this case, it is 5. So then, for the graph, you go 4 to the right of the center point. Then you take your radial points and go 5 in each direction from the center point, which is 4, 0. After that, you trace your lines, and in this case, you go out 5. And then you trace your circle. For this, we use 2 boxes equal to 1, so 1 box is equal to a half.
So for example 3, we use the equation x squared plus, in parentheses, y minus 6, in parentheses, squared equals 100. So in order to find the radius, you take the square root of 100, which equals 10. And the center point, as we stated previously, is what is added or subtracted to x squared or the y squared. And because it's negative 6 with the y, you flip the sign and that gives you 6. So it's 0, positive 6. So in this graph, we used 1 box equals 1 whole unit. We did not skip as in the previous videos. So then you use the center point and graph your coordinates as before. Find the 4 points, and then you can connect through the center and trace around the outside, and there you have your circle.
So for example 4, we have in parentheses x minus 4 end parentheses squared plus in parentheses y plus 4 end parentheses squared equals 16. So to find the radius, we're going to take 16 and find the square root of it, which is 4. And then to find the center point, we're going to take x minus 4 and y plus 4 and then flip our signs. So our center point will be 4, negative 4. So to graph this, we're going to count 4 out on the x-axis and then 4 down on the y-axis to get our center point. And then once we have our center point, we're going to take our radius of 4 and count out 4 in each direction. And again, in this video, 2 blocks equals 1, so every 1 block equals 1 half. And then once we found all 4 of our radial points, we're just going to connect them in a circular form, and then that's how you would graph this one.